Hi guys, today I'm down here in St. Michaux's, Michaux Forest, and we're going to try something called the Heaven or Hell Loop, and it's an hour and 40-minute drive down here for me, but you know, it sounds like a cool trail, so we're going to see what's up. Also today I'm going to try my new bug wipes. I've had very little luck with the sprays and the DEET and everything, so we're going to try these and see what happens. I'm going to put them on with these gloves here because I'm not sure I want all that stuff on my hands, but we'll see how it works out. Okay, so this is where you park at. This is Staley Lane. There's no signs marking this road. Just comes off of 233. Basically what I did is went down to the Caledonia entrance and turned left onto Rocky Mountain Road, and it's a really long windy road to get down here. I guess this road keeps going back, and there's a trail right in front of my car, but the trail I was looking for is over here. It's called the Heaven or Hell Loop, and from what I understand from the reviews, it's supposed to be steep and rocky, but we'll see what I can do here. And into the woods we go. There's a dad and his son, probably 2 or 3 years old, just coming out. So, not sure how far back they went, but this is supposed to be a 2.5 mile loop. At least that's what All Trail says, so we'll find out. And right off the bat, there's the split in the trail. It's going to go either way, and you'll come out to the same place. So, let's see here. That one looks uphill right away. I'm not sure. The other one's a sort of a gentle uphill, I can see. So let me decide what I'm going to do here. The map says I have to go to the left here to get up to the trail. I thought it was right at the start of the actual loop that we're following, but it wasn't. So got to go to the left first, and I guess there's another split up this way. So I get down here about 3:30 this afternoon, and I didn't want to go any earlier because, number one, I wanted to sleep in. On any chance I get to sleep long, I take it. But secondly, because it's so hot, even when I got here, it's still 84 degrees right now. The first trail we're going to pass, there's a lot of trails that come off of this loop. The first one we're going to pass again is the Loam Ranger Trail. It's L-O-A-M. We're not going to take that one, but the trail we're going to be taking to go up and around and finish the loop, the first one is called the TV Trail. Now, I don't know who named these or why they're named what they are, but just letting you know. And it's kind of a gentle uphill so far, but I'm definitely going to be taking my time today just because I have the whole day, and you know, I don't want to push it with the heat and everything. And like I said, I heard that it's steep and rocky at some points, so I want to save my energy for that. I'm already surrounded by bugs, but also this beautiful little pine stuff here. Firs, I guess they are. So far, if I keep moving, the bugs don't bother me too much, but I did bring my bug net, and I'm pretty sure, regardless of the bug wipes, that I'm probably going to have to use it. I used to live down in Gettysburg, and we used to come out to Caledonia and St. Michaux's quite often, and it didn't seem to make any difference what time of the day or what season of the year is outside of winter. It was always buggy. And also, you know, another reason to take my time is that when we get to the rocky parts especially, it's also a great day for snakes to be out. So, gotta really be careful with that. A couple little streams, one at the very beginning, and this little one here, not much water in them. Kind of dry right now, but they go underneath the trail and back out. And apparently right here is where our loop just splits off. So that way is the actual Heaven or Hell loop, which is where we should end up as I'm looking at it. And over there to my left here is the TV trail. So I'm going to take the TV trail and go up and around. I saw at one point, like halfway through maybe a little less than halfway, there is a short road walk as well. So let's go. Over to my right here is a trail called the Conqueror Trail. Walking over stones for sure. But that one looks pretty steep and pretty rugged. We're going this way. Okay, over here to my left is the Lome Ranger Trail. It looks like it kind of follows alongside of the trail we're taking. I don't know what the difference is, except that as I look up through the woods on this Lome Ranger Trail, it looks pretty steep, so I'm not sure. We're going this way to stay on the TV trail. Okay, we're a little over half a mile in. This is a 360. Lots of forest. All different kinds of trees. And yes, buggy. So off to the left of me at this point is where the Lome Ranger Trail comes out at along the path. And then there's a continuation into the woods there. So you would just come out on the same trail to the TV trail if you had taken that. So far, this has just been a very steady incline. It's not real steep, but it is pretty steadily uphill. It looks like we'll get to a ridge up here or a road, and then possibly going up a little bit more and then back down. Not real sure though. All right, I see a gate up ahead, and not too far after it, looks like it'll turn into a short road walk. Up there you can see that's the road, but I looked on my map and there's a trail to the right here called the Hub, and that looks like it just cuts off that road walk loop and goes back to the same spot. So we're gonna check that out. And along this trail also there's another trail called the Fear. So a lot of weird trail names throughout here. Okay, so we're still walking on this Hub trail. It's a little close. You can tell over my shoulders. There's the trail. So close quarters through here. Definitely probably a lot of ticks. Hopefully this bug X wipe will help a little bit with that. And I brought 2 other wipes along, so if I feel like I need them, which I might, I'm gonna put them on. This would be the Fear Trail. It does connect back up with this same trail, the Heaven or Hell loop, down the road a little bit, but the connection to Heaven or Hell loop is right up here, and I kind of want to stay on that. So right after the Fear Trail, you'll see another split, but that's just where we would have come out had we taken the road loop. You can see the road's still just right there, and we would come back into the forest here, so we just kind of skipped the road. A little close in through here. Definitely checking for ticks. And right after that, you come up to, the trail continues to go that way, but you'll come up to a wire fence here with posts. I'm assuming that's private property or somebody's trying to do a little forest restoration. It looks to be all different types of pine or fir trees through there and not much else. So onward we go. And it is definitely overgrown here along this fence. So I took a moment to roll my pants legs down. That's the beauty of these pants that I have. I can't say enough about them. They're the outdoor research pants, and they have the ability to cinch it at the ankles. You can roll them up, you can roll them down, lots of pockets. They're quick drying, and I tested out the first pair I got for 2 years, and I loved them. And not even a rip or tear. Didn't stretch out, nothing. So I got another 2 pairs, and they're all black, so it'll probably just look like I'm wearing the same clothes all the time, but I'm not. Yep, lots of overgrowth through here. Kind of weird. Okay, coming out of that, we're still along the fence here, but the fence continues and it goes back into the woods up there. Our trail continues to the right to stay on the Heaven or Hell loop. Doesn't look like it's very well marked here, so I'm going to have to pay attention to my All Trails map. So yeah, this is a trail at the moment. Going through some thick ferns, but there's definitely a trail. Oh, look. I love these little things. Again, this trail doesn't have a lot of specific features, it looks like, but look how pretty. And it's so quiet. You can hear, I guess, the cicadas or locusts, whichever ones they are. So nice just to stop and take a breath, you know. Next you'll come up to another little crossroads here, and to the right is where the Fear Trail comes out, and we are going to be going to the left. This part here is pretty cool. It's got this low, different colored brush. It's really kind of pretty, and something just scurried off along underneath of it a minute ago, and I don't think it was a snake. I think it was probably a chipmunk or something like that. It's a very pretty part of the forest, and we are flat right now, so no uphill. Just beautiful forest, easy going. We're passing by another part of the Fear Trail. It cuts across the middle of the trail that we're on, the loop that we're on. It cuts across twice. And then up here to the left will be another trail, and that would go out to something called the Tax Cut Trail. But our path is forward. We just cross and pass many other paths along the way. Look at this. Huge. Okay, so I'm coming up on a nice little cluster of boulders. I'm going to check them out. Now I know if you go over that way, there's another trail that goes to a different Eagle Rock location. There's one up north that I've been to. I guess it's Dauphin County or something like that. This one is down here in Michaux, or right next to it. But we're not going to that. I'm going to check out these boulders though. They look pretty cool. See some squirrels playing around in that pile. Right past that there's another pile, but the trail kind of goes this way and it's pretty overgrown. But look, there's more back through here. Just random boulders. We're gonna go past this one. Pretty cool. I don't know, I kind of like it. Looks like there's actually little steps. Let's check it out. Just gotta remember the path comes back this way. It goes past this pile. Hard to control my zoom in and zoom out because I have a trekking pole in my one hand. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Also, of course, be careful for snakes. So I gotta take a gander. I mean, they're not the prettiest pile of boulders that I've ever seen, but look at all the lichens on them. Rocks are pretty. Doesn't really matter to me. I like it. Some more over here. Very pretty. And they're like right alongside the trail. I thought we would have to go back in a little bit, but we don't. I just have to find the trail again. I think it goes, yeah, here we are. This way. It goes from the dry brown pine cones to this. Just suddenly. At least that's what I'm thinking. These leaves, I forget what these things are called. I don't know, but they're huge. There's two of them right here. I haven't seen any other ones on the trail. They kind of look like big pumpkin leaf vines, but they're not. If anybody knows what they are, let me know. Just for perspective, this is my hand. Look how big that leaf is. It's huge. I know I've seen them before, but not sure if I ever really knew what they were called. Maybe elephant leaf trees, because they are huge. The trail gets pretty interesting at this point. If you notice, it's some brush, some rocks, some dirt. And I think this is a point where it starts to go downhill. So if you came up the other way, you would have gone steeply uphill up to this point. And we are going to go by another big outcropping, or big rock pile. This one's all stacked up. As you can see, some trees. Try to get a little better view up here. The path goes right by it. All kinds of little stacked rocks. Isn't that awesome? So sweet. Wow. Neat. Steep, bit rocky. Got both of my poles out, but I wanted to show you this part. So I'm holding them both in one hand at the moment. But it is very steep at this juncture. And we're still going by big boulders. So you can see. And then you come down here and it'll turn a little bit to the right. I'm not sure what's up ahead, but we're gonna keep going. Okay, definitely bring your trekking poles. We came down, there's a huge rock up there. We didn't go right by that one. I don't think if we would have kept going straight up there, we might have, but you can see it from here. But I just came down through here, and you can see there's a set of sort of natural stone steps, which is really cool. I would just recommend that you definitely bring trekking poles because it is quite steep. I think I just drank a whole spider web. I thought it was my hair on my face, and then I took a drink of my water. It wasn't my hair. I don't know how great you guys can see it, but there is an amazing view here. through the trees. You can see out to the other parts of the mountain and some farms, just a rolling landscape, and there's another mountain way out there in the distance. Okay, I just wanted to stop here for a minute and show you, as you're coming down through on this side on the Heaven or Hell Loop, there are multiple areas of rocks that you have to go across. And this one here they're all short, but you do have to walk on rocks, and some of them are a little narrow, like this one right here. So again, just bring your trekking poles and be very careful. So we are approaching some kind of an overlook here that's not listed on the All Trails map. Looks pretty cool though. I mean, it's got like a bench, but it's not your usual bench. It looks like a sofa. Let's go check this out. Look at this. Very cool. Somebody put a sofa here. There's another path. Oh my gosh, we passed a cave. There's a cave over there. I'm not going back. This, I guess, turns around here or goes forward. I have to check my map and make sure which way I'm going. Look at this. There's a sofa wedged in between the rocks. I don't think I would dare to sit on it. Let's go over and see. Definitely got to watch for snakes here, though. There's the view. I guess you could sit on it, prop your legs up, and get a picture of it without losing my trekking poles. This would be your view. That's cool, huh? There's another little overlook right beside it. Over there is the sofa. And there's this rock here. But there's also a path down that way, a very steep path. But that's not the way I'm going. And I imagine maybe it just goes down to this other batch of rocks down there. Still got a pretty sweet view here. Wow. The next you'll come up to a really small stream crossing. At least today it is, because it is dry, but there's still rocks on it, so it's not hard to cross today. It's just a little stream that's pretty dry. And I know after we go along this little ridge here, I guess it's a ridge, it's a straight path, we'll go back across this again. Holy moly. Come up this huge rock outcropping. This is the path. It's really big. And it kind of looks like I'm sort of surrounded on both sides. So there's a big rock wall over there following the little stream. And we're going to go down through here, right past this big rock. Wow. I mean, look at this thing. It's way up there. I'm trying to make noise when I go through here because we're also going through a lot of rocks and boulders. Let me see if I can pan out a little bit here. That's as good as I can get it. Wow. I hear water too. And the water is over on my right, but I hear a little trickle of it to my left here. It's probably going underneath of the rock somewhere. And now I don't hear it. Oh, that's so weird. Anyway, yeah, lots of boulders and big rock formations and stuff on this side of the path. I thought I wouldn't see anything interesting. There's another one over there. This big old tree coming out of the rock. Huge. I know this isn't coming out great on the camera because like I always tell people, I only use my cell phone, and it's not a brand new cell phone. It's a i12 mini, iPhone mini 12. So get what we can get. Okay, we're crossing over that little trickle of a stream again. We're going towards this other big wall of boulders and then down to the left. I mean, it's definitely a rugged trail. A little muddy here, but you can see other people have definitely been here. Rock climbers, and there's a little graffiti on the wall. Not much, just that's the first graffiti I've seen. And on this last stretch here, we are not far at all. All Trails is reading 2.5 already, but it really isn't that much further back to the trail we started on. But note that there's a lot of tree fall on this last stretch, but it looks so far like there's ways around the said tree fall. I'm not sure, but if all of it is like this, but so far I've just been able to walk around them. Okay, here we are back to where we started. We started going to the left here, and we just came out here, over here to the right. And to the right of us even further is a part of this stream again that you walk beside it the whole way down, but you really don't see it much except there's a couple little spots. And it's very dry, but check this out. I did see a picture of this, so I want to go down and check that out. And this is the area right as the trail splits to go into the loop. It's a really cool little culvert. Really don't feel like getting my feet wet, but check this out. Let me see if I can get over here without getting too wet. Oh yeah, look at that. That's so neat. This is almost right at the beginning of the trail, so if you're coming on the straight part before the loop and you just go around to where you see this stream here, you can come and go back. I didn't even know it was here on my way over it. Didn't notice this before, but the little bridge that I showed you in the beginning has a date stamp on it. It was built in 2005. Well, that was the first little stream we saw. And we're up to my car again. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so back in my car. I really like that trail. I'm so glad that I did it. I did it clockwise instead of counterclockwise, because the second half for me, the first half is like a steady incline, and then you go across a little bit, and then you're coming down on a very steep descent on the other side. So I would recommend going clockwise. The first half of it doesn't have a whole lot of views or anything to see, but it's not hard to follow. And then the second half, you'll get all those boulders, the two shallow stream crossings. You'll see some really pretty rock formations. And I would say that also definitely download the map. There are absolutely no trail markers, and there are a lot of trails that cross over it. So I mean, it's very easy. I could have gotten turned around. You're going straight and you want to keep going straight because the trail's wide and easy, but then you need to turn. So bring a map, have it downloaded. And I hope you enjoyed today's adventure. I will see you next time. Namaste.